Now in the first over, no runs on the board. The bowler is Brain. He's coming into bowl to Gooch, and your commentators are William Laurie and A.W. Gregg.
It's nicely driven, but it won't beat mid-off. Gooch is a dangerous type of player in this type of situation. He'll hit over the top if he gets onto leg stump, David Brain, but so far it's been about middle and off, keeping the ball well up to Graham Gooch. Toss, and got him. Well, can you believe that? That's a tour for Gooch. Nothing going right for him. A full toss, inside edge, bowled for duck.
He's having the horrors. Another full toss has got Gooch. That was a rank full toss outside off stump. He was trying to blaze it through the offside field, and it just swung back a little bit, hit the inside edge and deflected onto the stumps. There we are, and I think it perhaps came back onto his pad, then onto the stumps. And so that's exactly what the Zimbabweans want. They've beaten England 2 out of 2 so far, and they'd be very happy to do it again. It's the end of Gooch, out for a duck in the first over. The score now 1 down for no runs.
Graham Hick at number 3, 98 not out in the test match in the second innings. Big shout.
That is very, very close. That hit the pad first, that for sure. And he can count his lucky stars, Hick, that this wasn't given. Just watch this ball swing back. And that pad bang on middle and off.
Great start by Zimbabwe, picking up the wicket of Graham Gooch in the first over. It's going to be Heath Streak, who's bowled beautifully throughout the series so far, been the best bowler from Zimbabwe, quite sharp and bowled very straight. Oh dear. Hit the ground, I think. Hick's feet not moving this morning. Ball before there's a big gap between bat and pad. This time he's too late. You have to catch it first, of course, the keeper putting it down. It's a start for Hick, getting it fine. Outfield quite fast. Brain does well. The right arm throw. Left-hand bowler. Good shot, beautifully played. Hit that superbly right off the meat of the bat. Found the gap between mid-off and cover.
Yes, Hick's been building up to that. He's been pushing and prodding around. He's one big drive so far, straight to the fieldsman. And at last, he's found the gap.
Keeping the reins on England, 1 for 12 after 6 here at the Gabba. It's not a great start. That's a good shot, over the top, beautifully played.
Yes, it was. Very well played. I think Hick really is onto it now. He realises... correction, that was Atherton. Atherton realises that things have been going just a little bit slowly, and so he's decided now to have a go.
Heath Street to continue.
Caught behind. Yes, a little edge there from Graham Hick. And the captain, who's doing the keeping today, Andy Flower, taking that catch. So Graham Hick is gone.
And this is the danger, that you try and play relaxed, try and get those cobwebs out of your head, and England are already in trouble. Short of a length, a little bit of a back cut, aimed. You could hear the nick quite easily, no doubt about that. And England again in trouble, 2 for 20.
Graham Thorpe will be at the non-striker's end. Hick being dismissed off the last ball of that streak over. Just wide of the gully. Atherton's had a couple of near misses this morning. One just wide of first slip, and now just wide of Grant Flower in the gully.
Well, Michael Atherton trying to play very positively, throwing the bat at the ball, taking a little bit of a risk.
That's better. Give it the full face of the bat, and he's found the boundary.
Well, this is the first really easy hittable ball that David Brain has bowled.
It's a lovely shot. That's his preference, the square drive.
Yes, Brain just giving Graham Thorpe a bit too much width. It was pretty full, this delivery.
It's one of the newer stands here at the Gabba. That's a good shot.
Well, it's very noticeable to me that since the left-hander's come in, Graham Thorpe, David Brain's line has not been so good.
Guy Whittall will be the bowler. Michael Atherton and Graham Thorpe are the two batsmen. Thorpe, the left-hander, is about to take strike.
Fine shot. Straight down the ground. And that brings up the 50 for England in the 18th over.
Not sure what that was. Took Atherton by surprise. He took the bowler by surprise as well. It's 2 for 57. That's safe. It's gone in the air, but between two fielders. That's very good play from Thorpe, and very well placed as well. Gary Martin will bowl, and Michael Atherton's taking strike. Tony Gregg's in the combox, and with him, Geoffrey Boycott.
Thanks, Richie. That one flayed away and nicely fielded again. These Zimbabweans are on their toes. They have been right from the start of this match. They were out there earlier today practicing their fielding. John Hampshire was hitting the catches to them. He wasn't messing around either. He was hitting big, high skiers, smashing them along the ground. Well, that's got to be close. He's got him. That's the end of Atherton. He's used up 63 balls, made 26 and got out LBW.
Well, I don't think there was any doubt about that. He just hit right across a fairly straightish delivery. And he was cross with himself. He knew he'd made an error of judgment. You see how straight this is. Just gets that left pad too far over, then he tries to bring it back to get at the ball. And we see the edge of the bat as he's closing the face right across the mid-wicket. And I was mentioning England didn't need that. When the batsman's in, you've got to go on. 3 for 72, England.
Neil Fairbrother's the new batsman. This is his first match on the tour. He's been flown in from the Transvaal in South Africa, where he's been playing. Well played, and he's beaten the field there. That's a very good shot. Nice placement. So that's a good start for him.
Well, he's that sort of player, Tony. He doesn't hit it hard, but he chips it around all the time. He usually doesn't take too many balls to get going. He's an awkward little customer.
So Thorpe is on strike now. He's got 37. And there's that little push again. Right over the bails. And what he's asking for a replay. Well, now surely Fairbrother's not going to... He must have run his bat in there. This would be a disaster for England.
Well, he was coasting it, was Neil Fairbrother, thinking it was quite easy. I think he probably just made it, but a wonderful fielding, lovely quick arm, off balance, on the run. Look at it. It was an absolutely great bit of fielding. Oh, dear, oh dear.
That's out. He's going to get the shock of his life when he sees this red light go up. They're just pointing to him now, showing him where to have a look at. The light will go on and he'll get the shock of his life. He really was coasting there. He could have run in easy, and those bails are just coming off just short of the line. That red light will go on in a second. There it is. That's it. Well, good thinking. And that's very, very lazy running.
Yes, it was, but I knew it was a brilliant bit of fielding. It was so quick was the arm. What a tragedy for England. 4 for 82.
So John Crawley out there after that dramatic run out. Very, very surprising. But a lovely atmosphere at the ground. And it looks as if we've got an interesting contest on our hands.
Field the off spinner, just tossing him up. Crawley looks in good touch, sweeps nicely, backward square. Brain shouldn't get that. He dives, but into the rope it goes. And Crawley looking to carry on from the test match where he got 72 in good style, playing shots from the start. And that was a beautiful shot. Nicely placed, hit with a fair amount of power.
England have faced 30 overs for their 4 for 102. Atherton winning the toss. They always seem to find ways to get themselves into trouble. And Crawley's fooled everybody there. including the wicket-keeper.
So it was a premeditated shot. He got away with it for byes, but really it was a foolish shot. He's playing too well to do that. He's trying to sweep that from wide outside off stump to backward square leg.
Big shout from the keeper on this occasion, but umpire McQuillan says not out.
We call for the replay, okay, for the run out, umpire McQuillan, but that sounded like a big noise. It really did. He's in the best position, of course. Here it is.
From the instantaneous reaction of the keeper, it would suggest that it was a nick. And now we're going to have more left arm orthodox spin from Grant Flower. Big shout, and Cole Timmins is giving him. Crawley getting a long way across, trying to work that ball on the onside. So still England finding ways to get themselves into hot water.
Yes, I hope this spun. He was fairly wide of the crease. Spin and straighten up. Oh, I'm not too happy about that. Left arm around the wicket. He's forward. Maybe it would have hit the stumps. He's out anyway. It's in the scorebook. You have to straighten up and turn it back. Maybe he did that. It was hard to tell. 5 for 107.
Steve Rhodes is the number 7 batsman for England. Zimbabwe playing well. There's the half century for Thorpe, his second in one-day international cricket.
It's a very good knock. He's been positive. He looks to be in good form as well. He's striking the ball nicely into the gaps. 1 or 2 over the infield as well.
Hit in the air, but away from the fieldsman. And that'll be 3 to Thorpe. In fact, he's really pushing it now. England showing some real urgency. That's good running.
Yes, and the fieldsman throwing to the wicketkeeper rather than throwing in short to the backup man there. Brain come up to try and get the relay throw, but Thorpe was always looking for 4. He really charged hard. It would have been a dicey one if it had been a good relay throw. Turns blind coming back to the 3rd, but he's looking right for the 4th. He decides to take him on. Good effort.
5 for 141. Devon Malcolm has just taken drinks out for Graham Thorpe and Steve Rhodes. Thorpe certainly could do with one. He's 63 at the moment. Down. Well, that's the first piece of double sloppy cricket we've seen from Zimbabwe for a long time. First of all, the fielder dropped the catch, then he threw the ball back to the bowler in such a position they got an overthrow.
Almost a very good catch. He got off the ground, Guy Whittle. And then, having dropped it, tried to throw it to the bowler's end. And again, goes very close to him in the field. They're going back for 2, and they'll make it comfortably.
That's good running. It's actually quite good fielding also. The fielder summed up perfectly that the left-hander Thorpe was going to get back too soon. That's the drop catch. Then the slight panic and the throw to the bowler. Well, it didn't quite get up like one of the full forwards down in Melbourne. Needs some acceleration now. Thorpe is 69 from 94. Good innings from him. Rhodes 16 from 23. Thorpe to take strike, and Heath streak as the bowler. Very, very good shot. Nothing wrong with the ball. Might well have hit, say, middle and leg 3 parts of the way up had he not connected with it, but he's picked it up beautifully cleanly. Struck it away over mid-wicket. Rhodes 20 from 27 balls, so he's done the right thing, mostly with little pushes for 1, occasional quick 2. Mark Decker will come on to bowl his 3rd over. Well, there might be something in that. The umpire wouldn't have called for that if he hadn't thought there's a chance of the batsman's foot only being on the crease. Has to have something behind the crease. If his foot has just slipped a fraction with the force of playing that stroke on the offside, and then he's tried to slide it back. Good afternoon, Mr. Rhodes.
And the red light has gone, and so has Steve Rhodes. On the line, the umpire has ruled that.
Race callers used to have a saying that the light is on and the bunny's on its way. Still applies to some sports meetings, and that's what's happened to Steve Rhodes here. 164 on the board now and 6 wickets down, having called for the television replay. Darren Gough of Yorkshire in England, the new batsman.
His enthusiasm and talent with the bat in Sydney made a big difference to the Test match.
Graham Thorpe has played well. He's into the 80s now. He's accompanied by Darren Gough. Not many overs to go. Here's Bill Lawry, and with him David Gow.
Thank you, Richie. Decker continuing, left arm around the wicket. Gough chipping it. Out! Good catch! Diving forward. Everything going for Zimbabwe here, keeping the pressure on. Alistair Campbell takes the catch, and England in a lot of strife with 7 overs to go. 7 for 170.
Well, it looks as though Darren's Gough magic only works for Test matches. Just a slightly miscued ball off the toe of the bat, but a very good catch. Whenever you've got to come forward like that to take the catch mid-wicket, that goes down as a handy catch for Alistair Campbell. And England in trouble. 7 for 170.
Phil de Freitas on strike to Decker, who's picked up a wicket. 2 runs and a wicket off the over. 7 for 172. England up to 44 overs, 7 for 172. Well, that's a Mike Gatting. It's ridiculous, really. It's a nothing shot. He could have got a top edge and got caught. The World Cup could have gone England's way only for a reverse sweep off border.
Between the two to make sure the single is on, and leave it to Graham Thorpe, who's still going to aim for a minimum wonder ball, but Thorpe is the man who's got a better chance of finding the boundary at some stage.
It's a good hit. There's a man down there. He's under it. Goodbye. Good catch. David Brain takes the catch, and Thorpe on 89. It was a superb knock. He was doing the right thing by the side. We hit it straight down the throat of the fast bowler, and strength strike for Zimbabwe.
Well, straight down his throat. Absolutely just didn't have to move one little bit. Graham Thorpe, well, taking the risk and felt he had to do that. He was the man in charge of this innings, but couldn't even clear the shorter boundary of the ground. Straight down the ground. A very fine innings by Graham Thorpe. Full credit for him. And England, well, they're going to struggle now even to reach 200. They're 8 for 182.
It's a blow for England. Very good innings from Thorpe. Deserved 100. Udall takes guard here with just a few overs to go. Safe, just wide of cover. Pick up 2 more. So important to put bat on ball in these final deliveries. 200's a reasonable target. I would have thought it was a 220, 230 ground, but the wicket has been a fraction slow.
Can strike the ball pretty well, but in unfamiliar territory here.
Well run, beautifully run. Oh, asked for the photo again. Not going to do an umpire Darrell here today, I can tell you that.
Well, John Reid's words as the referee in between the Sydney Test match and this game here at the Gabba have obviously been taken to heart by both umpires. And you can see why. It's very close. And the whole point of using the television replay is to eradicate any doubt whatsoever.
Well, if they're going to be fair to him about that, David, you see that's very close, but you find he's home.
Yeah, there we go. Green lights for the first time today. England have just got away with it.
41 overs, 8 for 195. England won the toss, elected to bat. It's been a struggle, and they've fielded very well indeed. It's the one hard chance put down. The final delivery. Clubs it down to long on. Udall will come back for the second. He'll take on the fieldsman. And he's home. That's good running. So after 50 overs, England, after winning the toss, are 8 for 200.
Well, here I can tell you.
And Phil de Freitas will open the bowling from the Clem Jones stand end, the southern end of the Gabba. Well fielded. Sean Udall, the fieldsman in the sunglasses, just in front of point. Graham Thorpe is already off the field, suffering from heat stroke. Sean Udall doing the fielding to his left there. And the substitute fielder, the one and only Phil Tufnell. Phil de Freitas continuing, Alistair Campbell facing. Played, and he's got an outside edge. Umpire's not interested. An appeal from the fielders behind the wicket. There was a noise. Alistair Campbell unmoved. Graham Hickett's slip was one that appealed. Umpire Cole Timmins, the man who shook his head.
Well, the keeper, Slip and Gully were up immediately. One or two others just followed the appeal. But it certainly looked as if he'd got a faint nick.
He's gone in the air. Neil Fairbrother's a very good fielder. He should get this one, and he does. So Alistair Campbell tries to go over the top and break the stalemate, but unfortunately for him, he's picked out probably the best fielder along with Phil de Freitas in this England side. And Neil Fairbrother takes a very comfortable catch.
Well, England earned that wicket. They earned it through pressure, as I mentioned. The ball not doing too much, but they just bowled good line and length, made runs difficult to come by, and suddenly he went over the top. And unfortunately for him, as it went up, he picked the wrong fielder. Neil Fairbrother is a superb fielder. He moves quickly, he's got good hands, and no problem there. They're not easy to come by. Catching them when they're coming over your shoulder, and you're running backwards, having to turn and run. So Zimbabwe 1 for 8.
Mark Decker is left-hander. He's had a bit of a struggle on this tour.
So there it is, 190 runs they need, 41 overs remaining, and that's the run rate they require. They're going along very slowly at the moment, but they've got wickets in hand. It's well played, didn't really middle it, but he got it into the gap. Tufnell's after it again. Oh, he's sending him back. Will he hit him? No, he's missed him. I think if he had hit the stumps there, that would have been out. It was way over the top.
I just think if Philip de Freitas had gone with this, picked it up and then aimed underarm from there, might just have had time to steady himself. It wasn't far away. It was still a pretty good effort.
Joey Benjamin, just a medium pacer. He's going to take over. That's bang on target, an absolutely magnificent delivery. It might have just held a little bit, and that is what accuracy is all about. Right on target, and that one has gone straight through. It just looked to me as if it might have been a little quicker as well. One way or the other, it shattered the stumps.
Absolutely right, Tony. Just coming back in a little bit, not much. And I think Mark Decker was late on the shot. He wasn't quite in the right position for it. A little bit of a change of pace from Joey Benjamin. That was plenty. And Zimbabwe's second wicket goes with the score on 16.
So Andy Flower, the captain, is at the crease now. A lot depending on him. That's well fielded. Rockerton in the gully.
Not quite an accurate portrayal of the man we've just seen on the screen.
That's a good shot, right into the gap. And he loves driving that ball through the offside and nicely dragged back too. That's Goff down there doing the work, and right behind him was Fairbrother. So after 13 overs, that's the story. Well, that's in the air, and this will get caught, will it? Goff's going for it. He'll get there. No, he won't. Well, he really did try very, very hard. Goff went flying across the ground. He was aware that there was just a chance that he could get there, and it ended up bouncing just in front of him. Oh, that's well played. He's really hit that one nice and hard. Is he going to beat Benjamin? That's, oh, he's just beaten him. Benjamin could very, very easily have done a groin down there. He has stabbed out his left leg, got into a splits position, and still missed out. And this will tell you now how things are going so far. You can see that the Zimbabweans have started quite slowly by comparison with England. Benjamin. And that one's gone over the top. He really does have a go at them. Once again in the air, but it went screaming away on the offside.
If you're going to take to one bowler in the side, and quite often the batting side will try to do that, Joey Benjamin could be the selection.
Oh, good shot. Beautiful pull shot. A ripper. It was just a fraction short. He was beautifully in position. Reading from the front, Andy Flower.
This might require a bit of versatility from Joey Benjamin and quite a bit of temperament as well.
All of a sudden Zimbabwe, with that good over, jumped to the lead after 17 overs, 2 for 48. It's over and off. That's a glorious stroke. Good use of the feet. Running out towards the boundary. And that's 4 more. Ramflower dancing to the half volley, striking it beautifully.
He's outthinking England at the moment.
At the moment, Andy Flower strode to the wicket. The situation is completely different. In the air, could be gone. Yes, that's out. Trying to sweep a glove or bat. The wicketkeeper does a good job. That's the breakthrough England needed.
The batsmen seemed reluctant to go, but then batsmen always seem reluctant to go these days. You never quite know how many appeals are needed to do a persuasive job. Well, that has looked as though it's gone pad and possibly glove. The wicketkeeper has managed to impress everyone by diving away and taking the catch. Well, glove or just a bit above.
And looked a bit odd forearm, didn't it? It's very hard to tell. Too sure the wicketkeeper wouldn't know really where that came off, I wouldn't think. He'd be blinded. The umpires would have a great look at that, but he's out for 19. It's 3 for 56. Strike rate of 59.3.
Graham Hick is now going to bowl his off spin, so we've got off spin at both ends. Fair brother, but that's very good. Now this is going to be interesting. The umpire's actually calling for a replay, and they've run a second run. Now this will be interesting.
Well, I was saying earlier that he's a little bit like Alan Border, is Neil Fairbrother, at cover on mid-wicket. Left-handed. He's very accurate when he throws. He doesn't often miss the stumps. Oh, he's in trouble. I think he's in trouble.
Oh. On the line is out. Whoa, he's gone for the green light. So the 2 runs count. That's beautifully hit. Lovely timer of the ball. Andy Flower, what he's got to do today is keep going. That's been his problem so far in this competition.
Well, this was a lovely sweet shot. Didn't try to hit it too hard. Lovely timing, just swept it around.
48 to Andy Flower, 48 off 53 balls. It's been a very good day here at the Gabba. Probably a bit warm for the players. And he's dropped a sitter. The Freitas who has misfielded a couple of times today. That was the one that England needed. Now the drop catch. There's 50 for Andy Flower, profiting from that drop catch. He scored his boundary square of the wicket. And the red dot was the drop catch. First boundary for Guy Whittle, and 100 comes up.
Yes, I don't think Mike Loughton can allow this to go on much longer. No pressure on these two batsmen. He should have got a wicket with these non-recognised bowlers, but he didn't.
The real business end of the game now. 20 overs left. Darren Gough coming back into the attack. The captain is out this time. He's got an outside edge. Stephen Rhodes takes the catch. Andy Flower doesn't wait for the umpire's decision. And that's a blow for Zimbabwe. A very important wicket for England.
Yes, that's a huge blow for Zimbabwe. That was a wide delivery, and he didn't wait really, because he really did give it a big nick. You watch this, it really deflects. You could hear the big nick there, nicely taken too. And so that's the end of Andy Flower. Good knock from him, 60 balls for his 52. He's got his team into a situation where they could just win. However, now it's going to be just that little bit more difficult. 4 down for 103.
Ian Butchart is the new batsman. The over ending with the fall of the wicket.
It's in the air and over the top. That's quite nice timing. It's going to go all the way. That's very good timing. Well, he's gone straight over the top of mid-off, and Gooch now want to push someone else back. And the only alternative he's got is to bring either the third man or the fine leg into the circle. There we are. They've just dipped a little bit since the wicket of Andy Flower. They need to get themselves back up, and you can see that quite a steep climb there from England until they started losing wickets again.
Gough has had all batsmen tied down today. Slower ball, he's gone over the top, this time into the gap. Joey Benjamin won't get there. That's the first boundary from the bowling of Darren Gough. And it never rains, but it pours. Good for Zimbabwe, 4 for 122. Butchart, the batsman. They take a quick single. Butchart moves along to 2, 36 to Whittle.
The bottom is England's score, and you can see how just for a little while there Zimbabwe really did kick on nicely, and then things died a little bit.
It's a mix-up again. There's a call for the third umpire again. It's got to be struggling. Fairbrother, the fielder, he's the best of the England fielders. A very quick return, a bit of a mix-up between the runners. Underarm throw to the keeper. And it might be a bit of a struggle.
Yes, the red light will come on now. That's the bad news from Zimbabwe. And so all of a sudden now, they really have got their backs to the wall. Ian Butchart out for 2 after 12 balls, and Zimbabwe now 5 down for 123.
Gary Martin replaces Ian Butchart. He's been in slightly better form, so maybe a blessing in disguise. They'll take a single. They'll need to be quick. It's Darren Gough, but the throw a bit wide, and he's hurt his arm. It's not the sort of news they need. The only good thing about it is that the action for bowling and throwing slightly different. Zimbabwe 5 for 124. This is over number 37. He's gone, stumped. So Gary Martin really struggling there, having trouble with the flight and spin of Graham Hick. Gets himself into all sorts of a tangle. Stephen Rhodes takes off the bails, and he's on his way.
Yes, one got the feeling that Stephen Rhodes fancied a stumping. He'd been keeping an eye on the feet of the batsman, and this is how it all happened. One hit the foot, rolled back there, and that was pretty quick work.
6 for 124.
That's a very good shot, bringing up a boundary there off Graham Gooch. Guy Whittle, much improved batsman on this tour.
64 needed from 60 and 4 wickets in hand here. Stephen Rhodes has just been exhorting Phil Tufnell to get stuck in and watch his fielding. In the very next ball, he's been called into action. 6 for 143. The way Whittle is going, he's just reached his half century from 70 balls. There'll be a bit of disquiet out there in the England camp at the moment. There it is. That's the breakthrough. Zimbabwe needed the boundaries and England needed to break this stand, which was just a bit of a nuisance. And the man they wanted so badly was Guy Whittle.
Faint edge there, but it was enough. It was heard by the umpire. So Steve Rhodes is right in the game today. Phil de Freitas getting his second wicket. And it's 7 for 149.
David Brain is the new batsman coming out to take the place of Guy Whittle. Dreaded full toss. Joey Benjamin was the fielder. 42 balls remaining, 7 overs. High percentage for effort, but effectiveness is a bit low.
Yes, you've got to make a judgment at some stage or other whether you're going to get to it or not. If you're not going to get to it, then you've got to make sure the ball doesn't get past you for 4.
Should be out. And is. Graham Hick is the man out in the outfield there. Good pair of hands for Hick, and England have done well. 156 there with Brain the man out, caught by Hick or Feudal.
Plenty of height in this shot, so Hick had a lot of time to just get around comfortably and get into position, get right underneath the ball. He set himself well, and he's got a lovely pair of hands, Graham Hick. So he helps out his off-spinning mate, Sean Udall. David Brain is gone, and so too are Zimbabwe's hopes. It's 8 for 156.
Heathstreet, the new batsman, strung on strike to Darren Gough. Knocked him over, dead straight. Darren Gough doesn't give the batsman any width at all. The 9 wicket is down. England defending groundly here at the Gabba.
Well, this is his speciality, bowling at the death. Bowl straight, bowl pretty full. Occasionally use the slower ball, and plenty of Yorkers. And here it is, pretty straight. Batsman trying to get away, and if you miss it, you're out, and he missed it. He gives himself all the options by bowling straight.
As Stephen Peel comes in to take guard from umpire Tony McQuillan, this young man, Darren Gough, always in the action, always attacking.
I thought the bowlers have been right on the spot, right from the first ball.
Freitas around the wicket. He whips back with a square leg. By Peel, they pick up 2 runs. That ball not coming on there, and he just sort of took it from nowhere and swung it behind square leg. 2 overs to be bowled, 27 runs required by Zimbabwe. Heath Streak's on strike. He's the big hitter in the order. Atherton dropping out to long off. There's a long on, deep square leg, deep point. Gets tucked up. Slips over, chance for a run out. It's gone, that'll be it. So England win. Joey Benjamin took his time, was fired it into Gough, and a very convincing win for England.